As part of the Florida City Government Week, we are hosting a series of videos highlighting our employees that have had interesting and/or progressive careers within the city of Boynton Beach. Today we are featuring John Durgan, Economic Development Manager from the Economic Development Department. Welcome, John. We'd like you to start off by telling the public how you began your career in a municipality or government agency.
So it all started after college. After graduating from the Florida State University, I didn't know really what I wanted to do it as a career path. I didn't really have any ideas, but I always, in the back of my head, always loved the idea of public service and serving others. That really appealed to me. So I thought it'd be great to start at the local level and work for a municipality. So what I did was I sent a letter to every municipality in Palm Beach County, just looking for some unpaid internship work just to kind of gain some experience. And I had one town reply to me, that was the town of Lantana, so I appreciated Lantana. They responded to me and I got to meet with the town manager, and she actually offered me a part-time paid position, which was amazing. I got to work at their operations center, which is their utilities and public works facility, which was an absolutely amazing experience. And then one day the town manager asked me to come to a conference with her, knowing that all the city managers and town managers throughout Palm Beach County would be in attendance. It'd be a good professional opportunity for you. So that was also amazing, and that's where I got to meet Lori Leverrier, who is the current city manager of the city of Boynton Beach. And she actually told me that there was a position opening up in her office, and she asked me to apply for it. I ended up going through that process and applied for the position, and ended up getting the position as a special projects coordinator within the city manager's office with the city of Boynton Beach.
Wow, that's an interesting start to your municipality government. Now I remember, because I was here, John, when you started, you were also going to getting your master's degree, right? At that point, so you were working during the day and you were going to school at night, correct?
Correct. I continued my education. I thought to myself that was the best way for me forward to progress as a professional. So I did go to night school at FAU, where I received my master's in public administration.
Wow. That's really great, John. And how long have you worked for the city of Boynton Beach now?
Just over 5 years.
5 years, wow. I remember when John started, and I was on the interview panel, so I'm going to take partial credit to having John as one of our wonderful employees here in the city manager's office. And could you tell the public a little bit about your current position as the Economic Development Manager? And you went from special projects because Economic Development department was just forming again, kind of a little history on that department, which would help the public understand what it does now and where it was prior.
Yeah, so after about 2 years in the city manager's office, the city manager made the decision to bring back our Department of Economic Development. That department was taken away when the recession hit, and then since we've kind of recovered and rebounded, our economy has been really strong, and our business community has been really growing. So she thought it would be an essential part of city services to assist our small businesses and our entrepreneurs who want to start a business here in the city. So it was a great idea to bring back the Department of Economic Development. And when she brought the department back, she was in the process of hiring a director for that department. Then she actually asked me if I wanted to transition from the city manager's office as a special projects coordinator to transition to the Department of Economic Development to really gain some experience and be almost act as a liaison to our small business community and our entrepreneurs here to kind of build that sustainable environment. So I got to move into that position. I've been in that position ever since. And some of our daily roles and responsibilities, like I said, is really being that liaison to our business community. We do have 3 customer bases. We have obviously our residents, our business community, and then we also cater to our tourists. But we really needed someone to kind of help our small businesses kind of grow. We're a city of small businesses. 80% of our small businesses here in the city have 15 or fewer employees. So they're really, really small businesses. They're really mom and pop shops, and we want to do everything we can to support them. So that's kind of our role. We administer a grants program. So I am tasked with administering our grants program. Our department is also responsible for implementing our city's strategic plan. Our strategic plan is a long-term plan for the city that really encompasses every department. It really entails a lot of special projects that are kind of outside of your normal operations, outside of your normal tasks, that are kind of long-term projects that really have a strategic plan and tasks to complete to kind of accomplish those. And it really aligns all of our city operations together in one plan. So our role is also to administer our strategic plan, which is an important part to every city.
Could you tell us a little, John, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah, go for it.
On the strategic plan, could you just give the public an example of what one of your strategic plan is in your department and maybe one other department? You can use mine as an example, but just a couple of ideas so the public understands what the strategic plan does. And then also explain, is that over a period of a year, 2 years, 5 years?
So the plan, it really all depends on your city. Ours, we kind of operate on a 3 to 5 year plan. So any project that's on this strategic plan is kind of outside your normal operations as a city. So for example, in our department, one of our tasks, and this might sound a little wild that you would think we already have this information, but we don't have an accurate and up-to-date database of all of our business contacts in the city. So one of our tasks is kind of developing that database and really kind of collecting up-to-date information on our business community. So if you want to give any sort of new information on grant programs, on new initiatives, any redevelopment projects that are taking place in the city that might impact your business, any future projects that are taking place, or for example, we're at the end of hurricane season, and it'd be a great way to kind of get mass information out to all of our businesses if there's an emergency and we need to kind of update our businesses on any sort of emergency. So we're trying to collect that database and build it where we can continuously feed our business community new information that kind of helps them grow and expand. So that's kind of an example of one of the initiatives on the strategic plan for our department. For example, with marketing and events, one of their projects on the list was currently on this year's plan, which is our city centennial. The city's celebrating its 100th birthday this year. Obviously COVID has impacted that a little bit, but they've done an amazing job of getting creative and really having hosting some really nice events and really pushing out some wonderful information on the history of our city, because it is our 100th birthday and we did want to celebrate that. So that was it's a one and done project, so there's a start and an end date and it's outside their normal operations. So that's an example of a project on our strategic plan that's outside of economic development that was in our marketing and communications department.
That's great. And that is on our website, correct?
Yes. The economic development department's homepage is www.whyboynton.com. That's the ED homepage, and we're in the process right now of developing some new content for that website, and we're going to keep that up to date to kind of get all the latest topics and trends in the business community kind of on there and advertise, so we can update our business community.
Great. And one of the initiatives that you did, I believe it was a year ago, not particularly a strategic plan initiative, but something that you added to the city's business community, is the opportunity to network and grow through a series of monthly meetings. So could you tell our public a little bit about those and why that was initiated and how it serviced our business community?
Yeah, absolutely. So once a month we hold what's called our Business Over Coffee. It's hosted on the first Thursday of every month. Before COVID hit, we were hosting it at our Fire Station 5 in person. We're doing them now over Zoom, but what it is, we really wanted to create a kind of laid back, neutral environment where our business community can kind of come together and network and communicate and talk about the latest trends in the city of Boynton Beach, business community, and just really kind of share some information, whether they're in the same industry or field. They can kind of connect and grow, and we wanted to make it as laid back as possible, so there was no agenda, and we had city staff there as well, just to kind of show face and communicate with our business community, to really kind of put a name to the face and really answer any questions they may have, whether that's with our BTR, whether that's to talk about our Green Business Program, our Inclusion Works business program, with our ADA coordinator and our sustainability coordinator. So we had a lot of staff there that have interactions with our business community. We really wanted to have them there to kind of communicate with them and just talk about any sort of topics you wanted to. And it's a very informal, neutral environment. You can come and go as you please, and we're doing it now on Zoom, and it's it's really growing, and we're trying to make it just as informative as possible to kind of get some really good content to our business community.
And that is offered
It's hosted on the first Thursday of every month. Right now on Zoom, we're doing it from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can go to our website, www.yboynton.com, and you can find the link to register for the next one in November.
Wonderful. Now we're going to get a little personal with you, John, on what your favorite thing is to do in your department, and also what, and you can reverse these if you want, but also what a typical day looks like for you. If you could just tell the public a little bit personally what you like about working for the economic department in the city of Boynton Beach, and then maybe what a typical day looks like.
So my favorite part about working in the economic development department is probably interacting with our business community. We have a lot of wonderful small businesses here in the city, and it's a privilege to kind of get to interact with them and help them in any way possible. So whether that's answering phone calls or emails, if they have any questions about a grant program we're offering, if I can assist them with the BTR process, if I can connect them to the right person. I think one of the biggest things we do as a city, we're kind of that conduit and connector to different resources that are available to our small businesses and our entrepreneurs. So really, that's the best part about working for this department. The daily routine for my position really is answering a lot of emails. Really, I get a lot of questions from our business community on, how do we, say for example, we have a lot of small businesses that want to connect and expand their sales or revenue. So, if we have a contact with an agency or an organization that might be able to assist them, we can make that connection. Whether that's through our business development board of Palm Beach County, whether that's Career Source, if it's workforce related. We have a lot of programs we're currently offering right now, so really it's answering questions on how to fill out our current business grant applications, what sort of documentations and backup information they may need. It's really kind of answering those questions for our businesses, and then I kind of hop into a little strategic planning daily just to kind of check in to see if anybody's submitted their updates. I know a lot of our directors are busy, and staff's working extremely hard, so I'm always just checking to see if they've made those updates.
Great. And your very favorite thing to do, would you tell us?
My favorite thing to do is really working with our business community.
Yeah.
I think really being involved with them and seeing them really be successful and really grow. Especially, we have so many businesses here that have been here for so long, way before I've been around. And I really want to see them succeed, and I love seeing new businesses kind of thrive and grow. Boynton Beach is the place for small businesses. We are a city of entrepreneurs, and we're really trying to market that to the public. This is a tremendous place to grow and start a business. So I think just interacting with our small business community is great. And when you get to go kind of door to door, before COVID, we were kind of out in the streets. It gave me an opportunity to kind of get out of the office and really go visit our businesses and make that connection. You can see how much of an impact it makes when you give a face to the name and really just kind of introduce yourself to our business owners to say, hey, my name is John Durgan. I'm the Economic Development Manager for this